It's Caden from the Metalist, and we're here with Chris, vocalist of pirate metal pioneers AleStorm. We're here to talk all things Pirate Fest. It will be happening on the 7th of September at Mars Park, Johannesburg. Um, how's it going, man?
Hey man, yeah, I'm having a great time just relaxing at home and enjoying the sunshine.
Nice, nice. 15 years in the business now, hey? And you guys have been touring pretty extensively as far as I can tell. How's the road treating you right now?
Yeah, it's been about 15 years since first decided to start a stupid band, and it's all gone terribly out of control. But yeah, it's life has been good, flying around the world and getting drunk with fans and playing dumb shows. It could be worse, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah,
But it's
for
been a
sure,
lot
for
of fun.
sure. Nice, nice. It's good to hear. So just for new listeners of the band and people who will be attending the festival, how would you really, because the pirate metal like whole culture phenomenon, how would you describe that for people who have never been exposed to it?
I can't speak for other pirate bands, but for AleStorm, it's all about having a big party. It's you
Nice.
think oh heavy metal, that's like spooky scary music with screaming and stuff and like noise. We're the opposite of that. We are the world's happiest band, and it's
Nice.
we're just there to make sure everyone has a good time and gets very drunk and sings along. It's a big party. It's the best. I think we're pretty good. I won't say that we're the best. That's a bit much, but I think we're all right. And it's a good fun experience, and I'm just looking forward to bringing our brand of chaos to South Africa.
Nice, nice. You guys were last year in 2015 for Witchfest. I must say, speaking of parties, that's probably one of the best metal festivals that I've seen in Africa so far. So, how was that experience for you guys?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. Like, that was our first ever time in South Africa, in the whole continent of Africa, and it was like really cool to finally go to a new place and go, hey everybody, we're here, and it's really cool when you get on stage and all the fans are like, oh wow, it's AleStorm. We're like, yeah, we're AleStorm, and then people's minds get blown because they get to see a band that they hopefully like, and especially in a place like South Africa where you don't get too many international bands coming through, it was cool that
Yeah,
existed. That was a lot of fun, and we had a great time. We even had a chance to. So some fans took us out on a safari the next day, and we went off and, went and
wow.
saw all the animals and the nature and all that stuff, and that was great. It was like getting the full cliched tourist South Africa experience. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. And so you actually got to see a bit more of our country as opposed to just stopping for the show.
Yeah, that's because usually when we go to a place, we think, oh wow, AleStorm, that's a band. Bands when they travel around the
Yeah,
world, they get to see so many places. You don't. You get to see airports,
yeah,
you get to see hotel rooms, and you get to see shitty venues in the middle of nowhere. So it was really
yeah.
cool to to get out and just see see the world, see some stuff, see some like nature and countryside that you never seen before. That was a lot of fun. I like doing that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I was actually privileged enough to be at the show in 2015, and it was a blast. It was like just a flailing sea of limbs everywhere and just alcohol flowing. It was a sight to see, really.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Let's hope
really
let's hope the
was.
next one's even more drunken and silly.
Yeah, so you guys must hear. We must get the party going and make it even more than it was last time.
the
Nice.
party the party is guaranteed to happen. That's one of the constants of Hailstorm. There's always a party.
Yeah. Cool people. So you know to show up and live up to the expectations.
Yep.
Um, so speaking of Pirate Fest, and you're coming again on the 7th of September to play there. Uh, it's really like oddly up your alley. It really is. It's really themed to your guys' band. So I want to ask, what would you reckon should be on Ailstorm's Pirate Fest checklist?
It's going to be a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. I- I'm expecting to see a lot of a lot of costumes, a lot of very good costumes. I think we don't really dress up so much on stage, so I think all
Yeah,
the fans are going to put us to shame. There's going to be a lot of good looking party pirates there, and I just want to see a lot of fun, and looking forward to seeing the other band, Treyu, and whoever else has played against a bunch of local bands and stuff. So I think it's going to be a great day out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Speaking of Atreyu, are you familiar with their music
Yeah,
or?
I mean, yeah, because they're one of these bands I remember from like years ago and stuff. It's like, oh wow, them, cool. It's
Yeah,
like we don't usually get to play with bands like that. It's we usually end up sticking in that sort of folk metal, more sort of
yeah,
extreme side of metal. So it's kind of fun getting to play with like sort of like a cool band basically. We don't play with many
yeah.
cool bands. We always play with really uncool bands.
It's sort of cool because it's in my eyes, you guys are pioneers of what the pirate metal genre is today, and that goes pretty much the same with Atreyu. They're the pioneers of what I suppose would be metalcore today. So it's like
Yeah,
two iconic bands sort of merging for a really cool party.
it's gonna be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you guys released your album, your last album in 2017, right?
Yes, sir.
It was called No Grave But Sea. So how was that album cycle for you guys?
Yeah, it's always been bigger and better than the last time, which is good. It's always it's always worrying, thinking, oh, what if the fans don't like the
Mm,
new album?
mm.
What if we've just written a shit album? But but thankfully the reception was good, and life is good, and the shows are getting bigger and better. Like we recently played our biggest ever headline show in the Netherlands to like there was like 3,000
Wow.
people, and that was insane. Like what? How are these many people watching us? So it was cool that we had all that stuff going on. So yeah, it's definitely going up and up, and we got to see a whole bunch of new countries and do a lot of touring.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're ready to get
Nice.
back in the studio a few months, maybe starting next year, and work on number six.
Nice.
See how that goes.
Oh, great, great. So we do have new music on the horizon there.
Yep, I've been writing actually this morning, so it's coming along.
Nice, nice. That's good to hear. So there you go, fans. Also something else to look forward to. Um, Now, a bit of a throwback. I did some research and I saw that you guys were initially known as Battle Heart. And if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, you guys played more in the vein of power metal. So I'm just sort of wondering what prompted the evolution of the band, like where you are today.
Yeah, it was when we started. It was a bunch of friends of mine called me and said, "Hey, I heard you can play the keyboard. Do you want to start a power metal band? We can be called Battleheart, and we'll be a really cool power metal band." I'm like, "Yeah, awesome!" And so that we started this band called Battleheart. We didn't have any songs. We didn't know what to do. We just played a couple of covers, and then like one day we didn't even have a singer because the problem is it's in Scotland. It's really hard to find a power metal singer. So
Yeah.
I said, hey, I had this song that I'd written like a few years earlier. It was called it was just a song I wrote about pirates. It was called Heavy Metal Pirates. I was like, hey guys, let's play this song. It's pretty cool. Like, okay, so we played it. And we're like, wow, that's great. Let's write some more songs about pirates. So I wrote another song about pirates, and then it just sort of spiraled out of control. Suddenly we had all these songs about pirates, and then we realized we needed someone to sing. And we found a guy, but
Hmm.
he didn't really have the right voice. So I sort of, as an example, like said, hey, why don't you sing like this? Yar, 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 I'm a pirate. And then we thought, wow, that sounds pretty cool. Chris, you should be the singer. So suddenly I was just the singer of this band. I was like, okay, I'm the singer now. And playing keyboards as well. And so it was the whole thing was a big, dreadful accident. It was not supposed to happen. So it just, yeah, and then when we signed to the record label, they said your name's dumb. Like Battleheart is a dumb name, so we thought, okay, come up with something new, and we came up with AleStorm, and yeah, the rest's history, I guess.
Yeah, now you're here today. That's quite a
Exactly.
crazy story, actually. Yo. So I wanted to also just tap into you guys said that you went to like to see a bit of animals when you were last here. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you guys feel like you may have missed out that you want to
Um,
try this time around?
I mean, there's so much I want to see and do everywhere, but unfortunately, I think we're only there for like in South Africa for like maybe 48 hours. So we're not gonna
Ah,
have much time to. We're gonna turn up. I think we're gonna get very drunk, fall asleep, wake up, play a show, get very drunk again, and then get on an airplane. So it's going to be,
then
they're
off
in
you
and out.
go. But
It's such a
yo,
long way
so
to go. It's like 24 hours of flights each way for me. It's such a long way
whoa.
because I live in a really stupid place. So like I've got to fly from my house to London, like all the way from America to London, then get a flight from London to South Africa, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be a wreck. But it's it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely gonna be a lot of
the
fun.
jet lag is going to be rough, so you must just make sure you rest up and are ready
Yeah,
for the jolt.
yeah, it's
Nice.
good.
Okay. So I'm also wondering now. You guys have been around for a fair few years, so you've made your mark in the scene, I suppose you could say. And since then, a lot of other genres and concepts in music have popped up. Have you guys ever been really tempted to like stray from where you are now to try something new, or?
Well, I mean, we're always trying something new. Like we don't
Yeah.
feel we don't feel like we're stuck in a genre. Like we don't feel like, oh, you must play fast folk metal songs about pirates
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it must
yeah.
sound like this. Like we're not afraid to take risks and jump in different directions and see what works. I'm actually writing some stuff for the new album, which I don't know. It might end up being a bonus track because it's maybe a bit too far out there. But we'll see. So it's like yeah, a bit sort of weird sounding. So there's a lot of it's we never find ourselves limited by what we can do. It's just our only limit is our own imagination and what we can play with our fingers. So expect a lot of
Nice,
nonsense in the
nice,
future. I mean, this is going to be a constantly evolving band. It's going to the sound will move on to what's good, and whatever we like to do. So yeah.
nice. No, that's good to hear. All right, so that's pretty much all the questions that I have left. So just the last sort of thing. What's been the most memorable tour moment you've had as of late?
God, there's been so many cool things that have happened. It's
Exactly.
um once our God, there's what was it? Our guitar player had sex with a cake. That was pretty good. I mean, there's loads of horrendous things like that I probably shouldn't talk about.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
there's all those sort of stories that we'll take to the grave. But there's I think I just love these things when we like I was saying we did that huge show in the Netherlands recently. That was our biggest ever show, and I was like, holy crap! There's all these people have come to see us, and we sold out this huge venue. That was moments like that are cool when when it
So
all comes
cool.
together and
Yeah.
you put on a huge show. You feel like, wow, I think we're a real band now. It makes you feel just so pathetic. Like, sometimes I just feel like we're like some sort of fake band of just a bunch of kids playing crappily, but it's when it all comes together and we put on a huge show, and then there's like the lights and the sound and the crew and the band and the audience and the
Yeah.
venue all just come together into this perfect thing. It's like, wow, this is actually something good. So yeah, it's just moments like
Cool.
that.
Did you
That
did you
that
have
and
any
the cake
fun?
fucking, that and the cake fucking are the two good aspects.
It really makes it worth it, hey?
Yep.
Oh, Chris, thanks so much for your time.
It's been a
We really
pleasure.
look forward to catching you guys at AleStorm. Again, you guys are going to be performing at Pirate Fest, happening on the 7th of September at Marks Park. Yeah, thanks so much for the chat, and thanks for tuning in, guys.